poisoned scarf that would ward away evil spirits. Crossing the threshold of the dank cell, Varka rushed forward. "Oh, my Thesia," the old woman said brokenly, staring at the girl's shackled legs. "To see you like this." "I'm all right," Thesia murmured, reaching out and clasping her hands comfortingly. "Nothing's real to me. I feel as if I'm in the middle of some terrible dream." A bleak smile curved her lips. "I keep waiting for it to end, but it goes on and on. Here, come sit by me." Varka used a corner of her scarf to blot her dripping tears. "Why has God allowed it?" Thesia shook her head. "I don't know why any of this has happened, but it's His will, and we must accept it." "I have endured many things in my life, but this I cannot." Gently, Thesia shushed her. "Varka, we have little time. Tell me, did you deliver the letter to Uncle Kirill?" "I placed it in his hands, just as you told me to do. I stood there while he read it, and held it to a candle flame afterward, until it was nothing but ashes. He began to cry, and said, 'Tell my niece that I will not fail her. I swear it on the memory of her father, my beloved brother Ivan.' I knew Kirill would help me. Varka, what about the other thing I asked of you?" Slowly, the servant reached inside the square woven pouch hanging across her sagging bosom and withdrew a tiny glass vial. Thesia took the object in her hand, turning it so that the black liquid slid back and forth with an oily shimmer. She wondered if she could really make herself drink it. "Don't let them bury me," she said in a detached tone. "If I do wake up again, I don't want it to be in the coffin." "My poor child, what if it is too strong a dose? What if it kills you?" Thesia continued to stare at the vial. "Then justice would be served," she said bitterly. If she weren't such a coward, if she had faith in God's mercy, she would meet her death with dignity. She had prayed for hours in front of the holy icon in the cell's corner, begging silently for the strength to accept her fate. It had not come. She had thrown herself against an invisible wall of terror again and again, battered and desperate for escape. All of St. Petersburg wanted her dead. A life for a life. Even her great fortune couldn't silence the howl of the mob. She deserved their hatred. She had killed a man. At least she supposed she had. Motive, opportunity, evidence. Everything at the murder trial had pointed to her. There had been no other suspects. During the long months of her imprisonment in this cell, where prayer had been her only link to sanity, no new information could be found to throw doubt on her guilt. Her execution would take place tomorrow morning. But a ridiculous plan had come into Thesia's head, inspired by the passage in Job. "That thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret." Hide in the grave. If she could somehow find a way to assume the appearance of death and escape. Thesia jiggled the contents of the vial, a mixture of poisons secretly obtained from a chemist in St. Petersburg. A feeling of unreality came over her. "You remember everything we planned?" she asked. Varka nodded unsteadily. "All right." Thesia broke the wax seal in a decisive motion. Lifting the poison in the air, she feigned a toast. "To justice," she said, and downed the entire draught. She shuddered at the unbearable taste. Holding the palm of her hand to her mouth, she closed her eyes and waited until a tremendous wave of nausea subsided. "It is in God's hands now," she said, giving back the vial. Varka bent her head and sobbed. "Oh, my lady!" "Take care of my mother. Try to give her comfort." Thesia smoothed the